You know that feeling when you're behind the wheel, your favorite song comes on the radio, and the open road stretches out before you? That sense of freedom doesn't have an expiration date, my friends. I learned this from my neighbor, 78-year-old Martha, who just returned from her solo cross-country trip to the Grand Canyon last month. Young people keep asking if I was scared, she told me. Honey, at my age, what's there to be scared of? I've survived much harder things than a flat tire. That got me thinking, why do we assume our independence should fade with the years? Today, we're going to bust some myths and talk about why driving and traveling solo after 70 isn't just possible, it might be one of the best things you can do for your mind, body, and spirit. And we'll cover exactly how to do it safely and confidently. First, let's talk about capability. Modern medicine shows us that aging doesn't happen uniformly. Yes, reaction times might slow slightly, but studies from AAA Foundation reveal that experienced older drivers compensate beautifully with something far more valuable: wisdom. You've got decades of anticipating other drivers' mistakes, reading weather conditions, and knowing your limits. That's why insurance data shows seniors have fewer accidents per mile than distracted young drivers. Now, about health. Regular driving actually keeps your mind sharp. Researchers at Columbia University found that seniors who continue driving maintain better cognitive function. It's like a daily brain workout: navigating, making quick decisions, staying alert. And for physical health? The ability to run errands, visit friends, and yes, take those dream trips keeps you active in ways that prolong mobility. My friend Jim, 82, credits his weekly 50-mile drives to visit his granddaughter with keeping his arthritis at bay. Sitting still is what makes me stiff, he says. The car is my mobility machine. But here's what really matters: that irreplaceable sense of autonomy. Psychologists at Stanford found that seniors who maintain their driving independence report higher life satisfaction, better mental health, and even stronger relationships. Because here's the truth: when you can meet a friend for coffee on a whim or take yourself to that matinee, you're not just going places, you're staying fully alive. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but what if? And you're right to consider the challenges. That's exactly why in our next segment, we'll talk about smart adaptations and safety strategies that keep you confidently on the road for years to come. Remember Martha's Grand Canyon trip? What she didn't mention at first were all the clever preparations that made her journey not just possible, but downright enjoyable. That's what we're diving into now: the practical magic that keeps mature travelers thriving on the road. Let's start with your most important co-pilot, your body. The key is working with it, not against it. Occupational therapists recommend 3 simple car modifications that make all the difference. First, a convex mirror that eliminates blind spots. They clip right onto your existing mirror for about $15 at any auto store. Second, a seat cushion that raises your vantage point just enough for better visibility. And third, pedal extenders if you find yourself sitting too close to the wheel. These aren't signs of limitation, they're tools of empowerment, like the reading glasses that let us enjoy books well into our 90s. Now, about timing. The golden rule? Drive when you're at your best. For most seniors, that means daylight hours between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. after morning stiffness eases but before evening fatigue sets in. Plan routes that avoid stressful left turns across traffic. Apps like Road Trippers can map right turn-only routes. And here's a pro tip from 84-year-old trucker turned RVer Ben. I never drive more than 300 miles a day, and I stop every 90 minutes to walk around. At my age, the journey is the vacation. Technology is your friend, not your foe. A smartphone mounted on your dashboard running Google Maps with voice guidance takes the stress out of navigation. Set it to avoid highways if that's more comfortable. And don't overlook modern safety features. Many newer cars have automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitors, and even systems that detect drowsiness. If buying new isn't an option, aftermarket backup cameras can be installed for under $200. But what about health concerns? This is where being proactive pays off. Get your vision checked annually, not just when license renewal requires it. Talk to your doctor about medication side effects. Some prescriptions might need timing adjustments if they cause drowsiness. Keep an in case of emergency folder in your glove box with medical info, emergency contacts, and insurance details. And always carry water, healthy snacks, and any medications in the cabin with you, not the trunk. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. What if the time comes when driving isn't safe anymore? Here's the beautiful paradox. By planning for that possibility now, you actually extend your safe driving years. It removes the fear and lets you focus on today's adventures. We'll explore that important conversation in our final segment. I want to tell you about my mentor, 92-year-old Eleanor. She drove herself to Bridge Club every Wednesday until age 88, when she voluntarily handed her keys to her grandson. I could still drive fine, she told me. But I realized I didn't need to anymore. Here's how she stayed independent, by building what gerontologists call a mobility ecosystem long before she needed it. That's our focus today, not just driving now, but designing a life where your freedom and safety grow together as you age. First, the mindset shift. Independence isn't about doing everything yourself, it's about controlling how things get done. That might mean sometimes using ride services not because you can't drive, but because you choose not to in certain situations. Apps like GoGo Grandparent let you use Uber/Lyft without needing a smartphone. Many communities offer free senior shuttle services. Using them occasionally preserves your energy for the drives you truly enjoy, like visiting family or scenic day trips. Now, let's talk travel. Solo trips after 70 require different planning than at 50, and that's okay. Cruise lines like Holland America offer single staterooms with no supplement fee. Elder Hostel, now Road Scholar, plans tours specifically for active seniors, with built-in companionship. And here's a brilliant trick from 79-year-old world traveler Samuel. I always book refundable tickets and purchase cancel for any reason insurance. That way if I wake up not feeling 100%, I can reschedule without stress. Building your support network is crucial. Create a travel team, your doctor who understands your capabilities, a trusted mechanic to maintain your vehicle, a tech-savvy grandkid who can troubleshoot your GPS. Join online forums like Senior Travel Forum on Facebook where seasoned travelers share tips. When 76-year-old Doris wanted to visit national parks alone, she found a travel buddy through her retirement community. They drive separately but meet at destinations, giving both independence and security. Most importantly, keep reinventing what freedom means. When macular degeneration made night driving difficult for 80-year-old Richard, he didn't give up road trips. He shifted to train travel and discovered a new love for the leisurely pace and social connections. I see more from the observation car than I ever did whizzing by on the interstate, he laughs. Here's the truth no one tells you. The people who maintain the richest independence in later years are those who adapt before they have to. They try new transportation options while they're still confident drivers. They explore assisted travel while they're still fully mobile. That way, every transition feels like gaining new tools, not losing old ones. So here's my challenge for you this week. Pick one small way to expand your mobility horizons. Maybe test out a ride service to your next doctor's appointment to familiarize yourself with it. Research senior-friendly travel groups in your area. Or simply take a leisurely drive to someplace new, a scenic backroad, a small-town cafe, just to remind yourself of the joy that comes from choosing your own path, at your own pace. Because that's what this is all about, not just maintaining independence, but celebrating it in every season of life. Your adventures don't end at 70, 80, or beyond, they simply evolve. And the world is still full of beautiful places waiting for you to discover them, whether that's across the country or just across town. Now I'd love to hear, what's your favorite drive or travel memory? Or what new journey are you dreaming about? Share in the comments so we can all be inspired. If this conversation resonated with you, please hit that like button, it helps others find their way here. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more talks about thriving at every age. Until next time, remember, the road ahead is as open as you choose to make it. Happy travels, my friends.